Alright guys, going over some things I really don't like about the Charger today. One being, this is a big one, it's the weight of it. It is a super heavy car, and it makes about 370 horsepower, but it's pretty quick, but it's not as fast as it could be if it was about 500 pounds less. So it is a quite a hefty car. Another thing I don't like about it is the overall paint quality doesn't seem to be great. I mean, it's got some chips and stuff on it, stuff you wouldn't really expect at 13,000 miles. You can take a step inside. Overall, I like the interior, but it's the overall quality of it isn't as great as it could be. Got a lot of hard plastics and stuff. It does actually have a little bit of rattle. The seats make some noise, and overall, it's just not as well put together as I think it could be. Uconnect system works really good, so I got no complaints there. No complaints with the transmission or anything. Another big complaint I have with this car is the overall back seat space. Now, for this car being as large as it is, the overall back seat space isn't very good. So I'll take a step inside here. Me sitting behind myself, and I'm not giant, I'm about 6'1". I don't fit in the back seat very well, I got pretty cramped. In my overall headroom, you can see my head's actually on the ceiling, so I gotta crouch over to be able to fit in the car in the back seat. So that's not ideal at all. Does have some nice vents, but overall back seat space, pretty disappointing considering how large and heavy this car is. So that does it for the interior. Biggest complaint there is really just the back seat space. We can do a quick hood pop. Another thing I don't like about this Charger is the noises it makes. HEMI does a good bit of ticking, some ticking and a little slapping and stuff, and this has got 13,000 miles, so it's not like it's worn out. And I mean, it runs great, it makes some power and it gets the car moving, but it's a good bit noisier than I'm used to. So I'm not a big fan of that. These are known to have a lot of cam and lifter problems. This having 13,000 miles, obviously you do not have any of those. And probably never will. This car doesn't get driven very much. But HEMI does make some noises that I'm not particularly fond of. Overall, I guess that kind of does it for the things I don't like. The weight, the back seat size or lack thereof, and the HEMI. The stock wheels aren't bad. I don't think they're particularly fantastic looking, but they get the job done. This was a base model RT, so it doesn't have the nicest wheels you could get. But yeah, walk around to the back. Nothing I don't like about it back here. Overall, I think it's a pretty nice setup in the back. Looks good. One thing I noticed about this car in the 7 years that the family's had it is that the dash, for whatever reason, just attracts a ton of dust. And it's really weird because the car's garage kept. It's garage kept and it's pretty well cared for, and yet the dash still seems to just get super dusty all the time, which I think is quite odd. But I guess that's a minor thing. If the biggest gripe I have about the front part of the interior is the dust it collects, I guess that must be pretty good. We can close that up. Doors shut pretty nice. But yeah, that's really all I don't like about the Charger. So thanks for watching, guys.